Hey guys, author and Daniel here. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about my new book, Burn the City to the Ground. It's not so much about the riots. It's more of a broader story, kind of leaning into that as a climax. So the main crux of the story is my character taking care of a quadriplegic in downtown Minneapolis in the years sort of leading up to the pandemic and riots. It's a memoir. It's very much based on my life. I actually knew George Floyd from volunteering at the homeless shelter where he was working as a security guard. That's sort of like a tertiary storyline in this book. It's not prevalent. It's subtle. You know, he's in it in a couple scenes, and sort of the unique thing about this is that, you know, I started writing this book before he was gone, before he was murdered, and you know, he was a character in it. He was a character in the book. And I'm not necessarily trying to lean into that, but it is very much like sort of a subplot of the story and how we were affected by that. So it's a story about caregiving, about the vulnerable community during the early stages of the pandemic. That's sort of like the climax of the book. But it's, you know, when we started writing this book, my client knew about it, and we really wanted to show people what it was like to be disabled and without any money in the system in the United States. Because I know a lot of the books they have about quadriplegics, the quadriplegic is wealthy. So we wanted to show people what it's like to be sort of destitute in this situation, and my client's character is very much reliant on me to survive, and about how my inadequate caregiving is a problem, and we just didn't have enough help. We had some people to help that weren't mentioned, but it's very much a story about the healthcare system in the U.S. and the things that are happening, you know, currently that are very, very problematic for people that need help. So my time caring for the homeless, my time knowing George Floyd as an individual, being willing to give my time to someone, give years of my life to someone that desperately needs it. And there's a lot of people like this in the community that need help. So I just kind of wanted to create an awareness and to shed light on this story, this broader story of how George Floyd was influencing the homeless community and helping them, and also how direly needed assistances in the disabled community and group homes and home care and all that. So it's very much a timely book and a relevant book to what's going on right now. The book is in pre-order stage right now. You can buy it on Kindle for $4.99, and paperback is being pre-ordered for $16.99 on Amazon. I'll include a link in the info on this video. There are going to be some book events coming up. One at Eat My Words in Northeast Minneapolis on December 14th at 7 p.m. Another one in Winona, Minnesota at Paperbacks and Pieces on December 18th. That starts at 12 p.m. and ends at 4 p.m. So we're going to be there for 4 hours just talking and signing books and answering questions. The next event is on January 8th at Fair Trade Books in Red Wing, Minnesota. That one will go from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. And then the final event in our tour so far, we may add more, is at the Book House in Dinkytown. That's on the U of M campus. That will go from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So 2 hours on that one, where we'll be signing books and talking about the books with the public. Again, you know, the sort of selling point of this book is that George Floyd is mentioned in it. I didn't really know him well, but I was volunteering at that shelter and seeing him very often, every weekend, pretty much the entire time he was working there. He protected me. There were times, you know, just a little story for you guys, just a snippet for this video. There were times when every night I would take the garbage out at the shelter after dinner was done, and there were times when, you know, I saw Floyd in the dark alley behind the shelter, and I was like, oh my God, thanks God it's you. And that's really how I felt about him. Like, he was a welcoming, calming presence, and even in moments of fear for me, he was there. He was good. So, I mean, I really want to convey the fact that while he was working there, he was doing his best to aid the community and aid the homeless community. And I was very much appreciative of that. And no matter how he fell from grace, you know, it's important to clarify that, you know, as an ex-con and as a person trying to reintegrate into society, people are often discriminated against and misused, and it's very easy to be stereotyped and all that stuff. So my book is very much about that. It's about trying to paint people like Floyd as a human, as someone who is trying to do their best, and to show society that there is more good to be done. There is always more good to be done. And I know that, you know, trying to help people is hard. It's very hard. And I definitely think that we can do better as a society to protect people like Floyd, to give them better options, and to honestly find ways to help people that we're just ignoring, kind of. I know I could do better. I know you could do better. You know, we are in this together with everyone. And there are so many ways we could be helping that we're not. And that's really what this book is about. I'm trying to help my client, to save my client. And in the end, she saves me. She helps me. And what does she sacrifice for that? You'll just have to find out. So I'm very happy to share this book. I want you guys to hear this message and to sing it from the rooftops that, you know, we could be doing better as a society, as a civilization. We could be doing better. And I really want to illustrate that with this story. So, Burn the City to the Ground. It's not so much about the pandemic and riots. It's a very human story about taking care of each other and about loving each other and about doing what's right. So please, on December 7th, check it out. I'm sure you'll like it. Amazon.com, you can find the Kindle and the paperback. Just search Burn the City to the Ground. I have a book that came out before that, sort of like the prerequisite, is called Corners Untouched by Madness. I'm super glad to be talking to you, and I hope that you treat other people with compassion and respect and the kindness that they deserve. I love you guys. Just keep going, keep doing this, and keep helping people who need you. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time.